Welcome to episode 74 of Sorry for the Delay. I'm your editor, Mia. This week, the boys talk chocolate-covered nuts in AI form. They ask if you can find love through psychics, drawing soulmates based on minimal personal information. What about pineapple on pizza? Is that exotic? Plus, a reflection on Shrek 2. Are you Team Donkey or Boots? Let us know. Enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to Sorry for the Delay, episode 74. We are your hosts. My name is Sean. This is Joshua. Joshua, it's another week. It's another day. How are you feeling? How are you doing? What?
Well,
same old.
I mean, kind of same old. But today's a little bit different because I have to go to work tonight. Yeah. So if anybody knows what the dreaded overnights are, that's what I'm about to embark on. Yeah. So this is, we're doing this kind of in the afternoon, one of the later night pods, but I do have to go in at 9 o'clock tonight, which I'm not necessarily looking forward to, but I think I'll be fine. I think I'm going to make it today. Okay. But maybe a little nap after this, but doing okay. Other than that,
there you go. That's all it's about, buddy. But like we start every episode, Joshua, what is in your cup for this week? I guess.
Okay, so I do not promote drinking and going to work, but
of course not. Yeah.
If you did work somewhere where you could drink, I'm all for that. If your employer says, you can have a beer, you can have two, have a shot, whatever. I'm down for that. But unfortunately, where I have to clock in tonight, they don't allow that. So tonight, I am going to drink a nice warm cup of coffee in my Star Wars mug here.
I love it. Yeah, hey, what kind of coffee is it? You can't just say coffee. What kind of coffee is it? Is it like Starbucks coffee? Is it like Death Wish? What are we working with here?
It's just a bunch of beans that made the water black.
A bunch of beans.
And
right. Okay.
I didn't catch the name on the bag. I didn't check the license plate as the truck ran me over. I didn't get all the ingredients. Just a bunch of dark beans. It tastes like coffee. But I will say I do have a little bit of a gripe about coffee.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like, you go to breakfast and everything. My biggest gripe is going somewhere out to breakfast and their coffee just tastes like watered down shit. I see. I hate going to breakfast and having really bad coffee. So if you own a restaurant, if you're kind of getting into the business, please just make some good coffee for the people showing up to your spot, because it makes a big difference before the meal gets there, having a nice cup of coffee.
Okay. So, I'm going to ask the question, Joshua. I already know the answer, but are you a fancy coffee connoisseur, or do you just prefer just the basic drip coffee?
I'm a fan of the nitro coffee. I'm a fan of mixing it up a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Something with some flavor, with some personality. I'm into. Yeah. I just don't want dirt water. It's got to have flavor, man.
I get you.
Just like all the drinks on this that we do on here. Just it's got to have personality.
I know
occasionally.
We
occasionally drink water, but when it comes to drink, we like something special. So I'm doing coffee. What about you? What do you got going on over there?
Like you alluded to, Joshua, not every episode has to be an episode where we drink something, because it's all about whatever you want to drink, right? If you want to drink water, go for it. Hey, good on you. But I'm not doing that. I am celebrating my day off with a little bit more wine, Joshua.
Nice.
This is by a winery called Boggle. I know it's kind of hard to see. The white balance is real crazy, but believe me, it says Boggle. And they're from California. This is a Pinot Noir. Been into the Pinots recently, and it's a red, which is delicious. Takes my breath away every time, Joshua. It tastes like you and I went grape picking.
Here we go. It's already starting. It's already starting.
You and I went grape picking somewhere down in the Mediterranean. We picked those grapes by hand, and then we went back into a big old colander and we squished them with our little feetsies, and we just we soaked it all in, buddy. We soaked it all in. Yeah, so it's good. It's delicious. And best of all, Joshua, this wine is only $8.99.
Oh, that's
Did I make that rhyme on purpose? Maybe, but who knows?
That's good. Yeah, anything under $20
awesome.
is a good buy, I think. Wine does not have to be like $60, $80, $100 a bottle. to
Hell
get
no, dude.
a good bottle of wine, man. So,
Now, I will say I've
pretty
had
fun.
some $100 bottles of wine that don't taste nearly as good as this one does. So
Mhm.
let that speak for itself, kind of thing, you know. So,
Yeah.
It's what ifs.
I think we've all been there for sure.
Oh yeah, my dude. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So Joshua, let's not kill any more time. Let's get on over to the chat with the section. Let's get some topics through this goddamn episode. I know people are revving to hear about it. I mean, yeah, let's just fucking jump into it, dude.
You know, last week I did a new little segment, you know, about some AI, imagery and all that. So
I'm sorry, Joshua. I didn't know if you had anything planned up. I mean, I knew you were going in late, so I didn't want to bug you. So I thought we'd just go jump into it. But hey, bring it on. What do you
I
got?
normally don't. I thought that was kind of fun last week to challenge the AI out there in the world just to do something fun. So like we did last week, today there is a holiday. There's usually one every day we do this thing. It's just a fun little reason to celebrate or drink or do whatever, whatever you want to. So today is actually National Chocolate Covered Nut Day.
Oh God, I'm so fucking scared right now.
So are you ready?
Did you legitimately just type chocolate covered nut into ChatGPT?
I did.
Oh God.
I did.
All right. Hey, for those of you listening, check it out on Sorry for the Delay Live. Check out the latest episode. You can see what we're about to see. So let's go, buddy.
All right, let's get on over there. All right, so this is our little chat bot right here. Yeah, this is our buddy. You know.
Okay.
This is the little guy that's gonna take us along our adventure with these chocolate covered nuts.
All right. Let me describe this for everybody listening. What we are looking at here in this photo is a CG-esque robot person, kid. I guess kid would be the best way to describe that, right? It is a robot holding what looks to be a pen, pointing at a sign in a classroom that says "Rat Me." Is that correct? RATMIME. Sorry.
It's funny when you do these AI images, like whenever there's words in the background, like it never correctly does the spelling. It's kind of a trip. Like the images pop up, like
a little bit, yeah.
The artwork does, but just the actual words never really come through. But the first chocolate covered nut, because you got to give them some personality. You got to just put more than just the nut in there, So this first nut, this is our happy nut. Sean,
my God.
How do you feel about this chocolate covered happy nut right here?
Okay.
How does it make you feel?
All right. The best way I can describe this for everybody listening, and again, if you're not listening, just head on over to Sorry for the Delay Live. Check out the video form of that. But best way I can describe this is if you took a scoop of ice cream, chocolate flavored ice cream, you dunked it, right? And you cut it in half. So you have that shape, right? You have the shape of a half circle connected to a little tiny body, which almost looks like a Wreck-It Ralph form of art. The movie Wreck-It Ralph, right?
Yeah,
it looks
right.
pretty close to that style of art. But he is littered in peanuts, maybe some type of nut all over his body.
Caramel, nutty kind of something all over his body.
And he's happy about it. He's got two big old eyes staring at you with two big old thumbs up saying, I'm getting nutted on and I love it. There you go. That's that one.
So there's your happy chocolate covered nut right here.
Okay.
So the next image I have for you, this one is the confused chocolate covered nut.
Oh God. Okay. This is like if you took what you could only pretend were peanuts and sculpted them out of clay to add question marks that look like the Sims characters. Like if you've ever played the game The Sims, when they have questions, the little question mark will pop up on the top of their heads. That's exactly what some of these peanuts look like, except for the one in the foreground, which has what seems to be a peanut stem. Joshua, is that a peanut stem on top of that peanut's head?
I don't know.
To
me, confused. I thought it was like a Nutter Butter. You know what a Nutter Butter is? You know those little candy,
the cookie.
Yeah, it reminded me of a Nutter Butter. Looking at that image right there.
You think that is a Nutter Butter?
I don't know. Kind of. It's like
okay.
It looks like it has a hard shell with something.
I mean,
I don't know.
Joshua, Nutter Butters do not have hard shells.
They-
Nutter Butters are in the shape of a peanut with the filling of peanut butter.
Okay.
That is not.
Clearly,
a
I have
Nutter
not had a Nutter Butter.
I don't think you know what a
long
Nutter Butter
time.
is.
I have to go back and check that out.
All right, we're going to shelf
All
that
right,
for
so,
later.
so that's okay. And then the next one is supposed to be a mad. It's supposed to be upset.
Okay.
This nut right here.
Okay, this nut's supposed to be mad. This nut is not mad, all right? But I get the understanding of why AI said this. So what we are looking at here is a peanut with an anamorphic peanut, right? So arms and legs, face. He is sitting down in what appears to be a field of peanuts. Maybe like if you had like field is in like quotes, right? It's like a dream field of peanuts. And he looks more somber than angry or anything like that, or mad, excuse the word. But he's wearing goggles, like soaked up, like on top of his eyes, like he's raised the goggles up, right? And then he has a crown. He has a crown, which is implanted into his peanut forehead. And that I get. So if you think about like the Mad King, right? The Mad King, he's a king. Is he mad? I don't know about that one.
Yeah,
But,
I couldn't get the facial expression. You know, I only just generated maybe like 3 of these, but
Okay.
yeah, I couldn't really get like an angry one. So aside from this one,
Joshua, I would like
What?
to see the other 2 images
did.
that you made. I mean, it doesn't have to be today, but eventually, because I want to know what the other 2 choices were that made you go, I guess this one's close enough.
yeah, we're gonna have more fun with these
man.
images. And the very last one I got for you, Sean, because we already went through, you know, almost all the stages of how you feel. I wanted to take this nut on a little adventure. So this is my little chocolate covered nut on a climbing a mountain.
Oh, this one's kind of cute. So this one is more of like a Pillsbury Doughboy shape peanut in a snowy wonderland. Granted, he looks like he's about to take his final breath, sitting on top of a snowy hill because nobody came to pick him up. He lost his friends, he lost his family, but he's here. He's still rocking on with his thumbs up and his cute little baby face and red blushing cheeks. Like, again, what is with AI giving them stems? Like, this peanut has a stem on the top of his head.
All the peanuts
I
had
don't
stems.
understand. I don't understand. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it. Did you have a favorite though? Did you have a favorite, John?
Can you cycle through them one last time, Joshua? I want to determine my favorite here.
So there's your hiking nut. Okay. There's your somber nut with the crown on its head.
Somber nut, yeah. Somber king. I love it.
And there's your confused nut.
Yeah.
And there's your happy nut.
Okay. I think I like the last one. The hiking nut is my favorite one.
Hiking
mainly because he doesn't know what's about to happen. You know, he's about to be eaten by wolves
like
or something, but
right?
he's got such a good demeanor about him, you know? He's just like thumbs up. And then we're like dead, you know? That's beautiful. I love him.
Yeah.
He's my
favorite. That was my adventure down the AI image road for this this fun little holiday that we like to celebrate. But yeah, like you said, we can move on over to the chat room, have a little fun over here too. So
actually, Joshua, before we move on to the chat room,
okay,
I know you brought it up.
Well,
I won't say the topics yet.
I can get rid of it again,
but
okay.
buddy,
press the button.
So we had our Valentine's Day episode,
yeah.
And I was listening to that recently because we put these out and I don't listen to them for weeks at a time. But in that beginning of the episode, you said you were going to give us a story if we got to it, and we never got to it. So I feel unjustified for the people. You were going to give us a Valentine's story that was about you and it being cheesy. I don't know if you remember or not.
I don't remember. I'm going to have to go back. I would have to hear some context. You would have had to give me some context.
Well, the context was
that.
I was talking about me and my father sitting and listening to the people on the late night radio where they started talking about butt plugs and shit. That was that was
at that
before.
point I probably just totally checked out.
Yeah, probably. Damn it. Well, then we're gonna have 2 weeks where this doesn't make any sense.
I can't remember.
All right. Well, you'll have to go back and think about it because I know the people want to hear that story, and I tried. Everybody. He doesn't remember, so it's not my fault.
Okay,
it's his fault.
I'll have to go back and watch it.
Anyways, all right. Let's go to the chat room, buddy.
Okay.
Here we go.
Sean.
Shall this?
Yeah, let's get into it, Sean. Shall I read you what we're gonna do, or
shall you read me?
Shall I read
you? Shall read me. Yes.
All right. Well, the first one we have for today is Psychic Love. Okay, Sean.
It's always a running theme with us. Psychic love.
Well, it's, we're coming to the end of February, the month of love, so we got to end it on a good one. Bad Habits. That should be fun too. Sean, you sent this one my way, so I'm kind of curious about this one. Yeah. This is Pineapple Pizza War 2.0.
Yes, sir.
Very curious about that. 20th of the Green. All right, I have no idea where that's going to. I kind of do, but but we're gonna wait and see on that one.
I'm ready.
And then the very last one is Offensive Haircuts.
Interesting. Okay, offensive haircuts.
Offensive haircuts.
All right, bring it on.
All right, Sean. So Psychic Love. Okay, so I was talking to my girlfriend today, and she had mentioned to me, did you know, Sean, that there are psychics out there that will draw you your soulmate? Have you heard about this? Have you heard about this? Yeah.
No, I have not. So like they'll physically draw you what your soulmate looks like?
Yes. So you go see a psychic and they're going to get a few pieces of information from you. So just to break it down, like how this would work for you. So the way they come up with these drawings is using details like your name, birth date, and zodiac sign. The artist claims to intuitively or spiritually connect with your energy to craft a portrait. Once the details are provided, the artist taps into their psychic insight or astrological methods to create a personalized sketch. So how do you feel about this, Sean? What do you think all those ingredients, with all of that, do you think a psychic could really draw you?
Okay, so if we're just going off of Joshua theory here, which is as literal as you can possibly be, right? So it's like, I'm only giving you my name, my cancer fish, and whatever the third thing you said. I don't know, your likes, whatever. Like, if I only gave you those three things, could you draw my soulmate? No, I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on that thing all day long. Now, if I were to give you other things, so like if Joshua was this psychic who was drawing my soulmate, whatever, and Joshua was like, well, who do you find yourself to be with, right? And then you were to describe like, oh, like Emma Stone or like fucking Dexter's mom, like things like that. I'm calling even more bullshit, because then you're just going off of facial features and like features of people like that, and you're making it easier to like find your quote unquote soulmate. But if you could do it with only two things, sure, bring it. I would try, bro. I would try. Let me see what you got.
So you can do this for a whopping $30 if you really
$30?
want to try it. Yeah, $30. $30, man.
What do we got? What do we got on that? Sorry for the delay bank account here.
I know.
Like, what are we working with on that one? Like, we got $60 in the tank. Can we do both of ours?
Like how? I mean, I don't know, man. So we're getting, obviously Valentine's Day long gone, but like, if you're one of those people still searching for love and you just haven't found it, like, would going to a psychic that could draw your soulmate, would that be something that you would at least try for $30? Would you feel like you're paying for like some kind of naughty, you know what I mean? Like you're paying to find that love in a way, like,
yeah. I mean, let us know in the comments. Would you pay $30 to find your true love through a drawing? Simple.
Like,
but seriously, Joshua, I have a question on this one though.
Okay.
Like if he or she were to draw this out for you, right? To draw your soulmate, like, would you then spend your life just searching for people that look like that image? You'd be like walking down the street, right? And you'd be like, oh, there she is. There he is. Like see, what if that,
Well, Sean's been into conspiracy theories lately, so I have a little bit of conspiracy theory on this right here. I have a theory that these psychics that are doing these drawings, they're actually drawing their single friends that are looking for somebody.
Oh, Joshua, that's a good theory. I like this. I
Maybe
like
got
where
a lot
this
of
is going, my
friends,
dude.
you
I
know,
like where
they're
this is
single,
going.
You know, let me just
Right,
draw up.
right. As a business model, very limiting because eventually your friends will find partners and then you're kind of fucked. But to help your buddies out, like last week with you and me, buddy, I see it. I feel that. I feel that.
You know, like maybe there's somebody sitting in the waiting room, you know, like the psychic sees that person sitting out there in the camera and they're like,
okay. And then they just kind of like walk past you.
Yeah. Kind of set it up like in a way, like as soon as you leave the room with the portrait, you're like looking down the portrait and you look at the person in the room and you're kind of like, wait, she was right.
Right. And then they would like the person who they drew would just talk to you and be like, hey, like, how you doing? Like, I really like your shoes. I love Jordans. Like, you know, exactly. And like, just like say everything that you told them. Like, I get it. That's a good theory. That's a conspiracy theory right there. Although I have to make a redaction, Joshua. I'm going to change this for next week. Conspiracy theories should not be called conspiracies. They should be called, I can believe I forgot. We're going to cut that out because I don't remember.
It's somewhere in there. It's somewhere in that nice little brain of yours up there.
Oh,
you know,
man.
Talking conspiracy theories. You know, sometimes they just leave you, you know, as the words are coming out of the mouth.
Oh, I figured it out. Fringe. It's a fringe theory. Yeah, they're not conspiracies. They're fringe theories.
That kind of sounds like it rhymes too.
Yeah. Anywho, Mia, if you want to cut that out, go for it. I don't give a shit. Joshua, let's move on. Next topic.
All right, bad habits. Okay, so now that you've found that sketched out love one, you're like, fuck, dude, you know, maybe I should come forward with a couple bad habits. So I'm here today to confess a few of my bad habits.
What
and maybe Sean,
we're doing confessionals?
Maybe
I was
Sean,
not ready for confessionals.
I mean, you know, maybe you could jump on board with one of these or two of these or all of these, but
sure, buddy.
I just want to lay a couple confessions on you because, you know, these are things that I do occasionally that I consider bad habits. And I want you to judge me, Sean, or one of the listeners. If you want to judge me, just let me know. Just let me know if I need to clean up my act, if I need to go seek help for these types of things. So the first one on my bad habit list is putting my wet towel on the bed and forgetting it there after I take a shower.
Oh, really, buddy? Really?
Yeah. I have a problem with taking it. I mean, it's not taking a shower isn't the problem. It's, you know,
like problem with taking showers. I just can't.
That's not the problem. The problem is you take the shower, you dry yourself off. You got your dresser, you got your chones, you know, you got all your clothes, you got everything, and then you just drop the towel. At that point, you're butt naked, and then you proceed to get dressed, and you have no more need for the towel. The towel has served its purpose, and it just drops wherever you leave this thing. So that's my confession is sometimes when I take a shower, I tend to drop the towel, and the towel just stays where I leave it. Do I need help for this?
Down on him. It's hanging off his third leg is the problem.
Yeah, like
Joshua,
is this a problem?
Here,
this is bad.
So here's the thing I have on this one.
Here's
the thing I have on this one. So I am a person who will take a shower, and I will dry myself off in the bathroom or in the shower room and leave my towel hanging up. Like that is what I do. Like I do not exit the bathroom or the shower area without being dry. So it I don't know, I kind of guess it just kind of varies, right? Like if your shower is separate, like is in a separate little like tuck in, I get it, because then there's no room for there's nowhere to put anything because it's just a shower, right? or you're just being lazy about it. Like you don't dry yourself off before you leave your bathroom, you know? Like if that's the case, then it's kind of fucked up. You know, you probably should dry yourself off before you leave the bathroom and then go ahead and put your shit away, you know? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. So is that a deal breaker? Is that am I losing love because of my wet towel on the bed?
Nah. You're just making your room musty smelling, but not a deal breaker. Yeah,
okay, not a deal breaker for me. Okay, number 2. Sometimes, you know, I'm getting old now. Sometimes
you pee a little bit after you pee. Me too.
I drive a little slow. Like, you know, the speed limit, you know what I mean? Like I'll be driving, I'll be in the, you know, I used to be the guy that would just sit in the fast lane and just go. Now my girlfriend yells at me because I sit in the slow lane and I don't go anywhere.
All right.
So driving too slow, is this a problem?
Well, Joshua, you tell me, because you were with me on the trip up here when I moved first up here a few years back, and you sat in that passenger seat and you saw how slow I drive sometimes, and you saw the reaction of other drivers. So you tell me, is that a problem? Is that a problem? Am I driving too slow?
See, I that's why I'm asking. You know, I'm doing this with you and everybody else listening because I don't necessarily think driving slow is a problem for me, but it might be a problem for other people. So,
and here's the thing, like, as long as you're driving the speed limit or like 5 miles over the speed limit, I'm never going to have a problem. Because I will sit back there. I will put on my Olivia Rodrigo and just fucking hang out and just jam, right? Like, but I know there are certain points in, like, especially in travel, when you're just trying to get from point A to point B, right? And if you are in my way as I'm trying to do that, I get it. But is it bad? No, bro. Nah, you're following the legal limits and you're doing fine.
Okay, so that's still within the good. That's not maybe as bad as the wet towel. So I'm still good. So, okay, how about my last one? Mm-hmm. I've recently been playing a little too much video games. Okay, so
this man,
I don't know. Can this become a problem? Playing too many video games? Is this a problem?
No, and I'm going to tell you why, Joshua. So, if you are a current listener or a longtime listener of Sorry for the Delay, you would know that I myself play a game called Destiny 2, and I've been playing that game for 10 years. 10 years straight, buddy. Every day I log in, I do what I have to do, and I go through it. I go through the runs, and I do all that fun stuff. Is it a problem? No. Is it an addiction? No. Because I don't let that shit consume me, right? I don't choose Destiny over going out with my significant other, and that is the key, right? As long as you're playing video games and you can still function outside of that, then you're doing fine. But it's when you get to the point that I'd rather do video games than hang out with my significant other or go out with my family or fucking bathe, then there's your problem. That's a problem.
Okay.
But I will say this, if you're doing it as a career, right? We've played some games on this channel. We will play more games on this channel. If you're playing games as a career, then that becomes a different thing. Because there's a bunch of streamers, right? Streamers usually stream for anywhere from 8 to 12 hours, right?
Yes.
That could impede your basic life, right? So it's always good to have a schedule, and it's always good to find somebody who can work within your schedule, who can be there with you, right? I think that's the biggest key here, is finding somebody who can do that with you or who understands what you do, right? So, Joshua, I don't think that you playing video games more often, because you're playing video games more often is you playing video games for like an hour, thinking that it's ruining your life.
Justified. Okay, so I'm still good.
Yeah,
I'm within the legal limits. If I had to blow, on the freaking the spectrum there, I'm still within legal limits.
Yes, you are still within legal. You're probably below legal limits, like in most blowing of video games.
Perfect. Now, Sean, I know we're reaching the 30-minute mark, but would you like to confess any of your? Do you have any bad habits that you'd like to come forth with?
Oh, Joshua. All right. I will give you some of my bad habits. I think the biggest one for me right now on a personal level is my nails, bro. My nails. Like, I don't bite my fingernails, but my cuticles, dude. I will chew on my cuticles. I will pull my cuticles, and it is abundantly clear when you see my fingertips that I do that. And it is annoying and it hurts me, but it's also not fun to look at. So that is like my biggest bad habit, is like just picking at my cuticles. And I get it. I understand. I should moisturize more. It would probably help, but I don't do that as often as I should. So it just like, it's a habit, bro. It's a habit. And
it's not bad. That's not terrible. Yeah, it's not a bad one.
Yeah, but it's still annoying. Like, especially to me and especially to the old lady here. Like, she sees me doing it, and I I say, I'm sorry. I can't help it. I'm addicted. It just happens.
Not bad.
And I think the other thing that I do that is pretty bad is when I'm playing Passenger Princess, I will do that emergency braking like a little too often, and that's on me and my depth perception, and I get scared. So there's that.
I can see that. I mean, but that is sketchy. But that's a safety thing. So, I mean, I get it. There's a level of being overcautious. But what would you rather do? Be a little overcautious, or end up through the windshield or in the back seat of somebody else's car because you flew? You know what I'm saying? Rear-ended somebody. Like,
God damn.
Like,
well, with that being said, Joshua.
Yeah.
Fuck. Let's get on over to our AI song for the week. Buddy, I took a suggestion from a listener, and I got a pretty decent one for you. This is sorry, I'm going to share my screen with Joshua here, and for those of you watching, feel free to keep watching, and those of you listening, keep listening. But head on over to sorryforthedelay.live/AI radio to hear the song in its entirety. Joshua, this song is called Toast to Forgetting. It is a Spanish corrido song with reggaeton influence. I know I said a bunch of words to you. You just got to listen. So just go ahead and sit back, relax, and enjoy. Here it is.
En un bar de neón y humo, el tiempo perdió su rumbo. Entre el whisky y tu perfume, algo ardía, algo fue distinto. Tu risa es un dulce misterio, labios de caramelo barato. Bailamos sin que el mundo importara, pero el alcohol borró los datos. Y hoy busco en cada copa vacía la curva de tu nombre que el cristal me robó. Encontré al amor de mi vida, pero estaba tan borracho que el alma olvidó. La noche pintó tu figura, pero el vino lavó tus retratos. ¿Dónde estás, fantasía oscura? Solo quedó un qué pasó anoche grabado. Desperté con la aurora fría, tu recuerdo era niebla en la playa. Un ticket roto, una mentira. Te amé escrito en una servilleta. Reviso abrigos y tacones. ¿Quién eras? Preguntas sin dueño. El bar ya no tiene dueño, pero yo sigo aquí buscando un sueño. Y hoy busco en cada copa vacía. Hoy busco en cada copa vacía. Repite el coro suave. Hoy busco en cada copa vacía. Repite el coro suave. Con atributo, un epícaro. Brindo al olvido, a tu silueta, a ese tango que el tiempo no apaga. Si vuelves que sea mi condena, que el primer trago no me traicione la lengua.
Joshua, there you go. That is your AI song for the week. How did you feel about that one, my dude?
You know, you probably won't find that on my Spotify, that type of music. But I would happily put that into my my playlist. It just has a good vibe to it. You know, I feel good after listening to it.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
Like, do you have any idea any of the words that were said during that song? Like, at all?
Well, we've talked about this before. I'm more of a beats guy.
Yeah,
I'm less of a words guy. So if I was going to listen to the words, I have no idea.
All right. Well, I knew that was going to be the answer. But Joshua, let me give you the first verse in this song. Now, remember, we work with AI in the sense of being creative. And so I gave AI the idea for this song, and I told it to go crazy, right? I had it write the lyrics and stuff like that. So it took that to heart. And so the first verse in this song, Joshua, is as followed. In a bar of neon and smoke, time lost its way. Between whiskey and your perfume, something sparked, something just clicked. Your laughter, a sweet mystery. Lips like cheap candy. We danced like the world didn't matter, but the liquor erased the details. That's the first verse, buddy.
That's beautiful.
That's the first verse. Like it's crazy. Like I think eventually we'll show like the behind the scenes once we hit a certain point with these AI like uploads and we like reach the limit on that. I'll show the behind the scenes of like how stuff is like created so that you guys can kind of break that down because it's pretty fucking cool how it does this stuff. So, but anyways, just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, and the fact that it creates such emotion from an AI generated type of thing, like man, how you kind of got to wonder, like, does it feel yet with lyrics like that? It feels something, man. I mean, I felt something after you said, you read me those lyrics. So hey.
No, I'm glad because you're sober and I'm not. So if I made you feel something, I made you feel something.
That's great. So
right,
I want to know, Sean, what is this Pineapple Pizza War 2.0? What are we talking about here? What is this?
Joshua, Pineapple Pizza War 2.0 is something that the internet's been kind of going back and forth on, my dude. And the general question is, pineapple on pizza, does it belong or doesn't? What is your take on that, dude?
I don't know. I think we talked about this on maybe episode 20, episode 30 or something like that. We did talk about this. Pineapple on pizza, I'm for it.
Okay.
I would always, I'm not going to eat it all the time, but you know what also goes really well with pineapple on pizza? If you just add a little bit of chorizo on there.
Oh, shit. This man a culinary genius.
Yeah. So pineapple alone, it adds a little bit of that sweetness, that flavor. But I think if you're going to do that, you also got to enhance it with something else. So a little spice with the chorizo or some ham or something. I don't know. You got to put something with it. But I will do pineapple on pizza. Yes. I'm voting yes on this.
That's perfect. So then the follow-up question to that is, how do you feel about people who don't like pineapple on pizza?
I don't know. I would want to ask them other questions, like, okay, what else do you like? I'd have to go down their palate to see maybe if there's a compromise somewhere. Like, would they be willing to try it? Would they, are they just a bland person? They're excited when they eat cereal and Cheerios and shit and milk, like.
That's what I was alluding to, is whether or not like the person had a bland palate.
Yeah, like they're taking bites out of their fucking napkin for extra flavor, like.
This napkin is so delicious, way better than Red Robin.
Yeah, a little bit of paper, just to add to your. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think it just comes down to the person. Like if they have a palate, they want to. Experiment a little bit. I would see, would ask them why wouldn't they want to try pineapple. So,
and now the final question I have for you, Joshua, is pineapple on pizza an exotic flavor topping?
No, I wouldn't say that's exotic.
No,
I think you'd have to go like, what are those mushrooms that people put on, like those fancy fucking mushrooms?
Truffles?
Yeah, truffles. Yeah, like I think if you got to go forage through the forest and you got to, find this fucking thing that's been growing for 5 years.
You got to hire a hog.
Yeah, you got to get a pig to find this shit. It's truffles. Like, yeah, it's like this whole thing. You got. That to me says exotic. A pineapple doesn't really say exotic to me. I don't know. They're pretty available these days, pineapples. We haven't reached the point where a pineapple isn't, an extinct kind of fruit. So I think
nor will it ever be, I don't think, at this point.
Yeah,
it's like bananas. You can't kill bananas, unfortunately.
I got a good one.
They've tried.
How about watermelon on pizza? Do they do that?
What the fuck are you talking about right now?
Would you put watermelon on pizza?
There's no way that you would have a watermelon on a pizza. Like, how would you cook that?
Watermelon
is like 98% water. Like, it'll just evaporate when you cook it.
But don't they have like dry watermelon chips? Like, couldn't you dry it out, put some chile on it, and just like kind of throw that on there? You know what I mean?
Sure. If they make dry watermelon chips, then yeah, sure, go for it. But I didn't even know that was a thing. And Joshua, you're probably right. It's probably a thing. Mia, let me know. Show me a picture of it, I guess.
Yeah, watermelon on pizza. I'm sure it's out there.
Yeah, I'm sure it is too.
A strawberry pizza, but I think it's a dessert pizza when they do strawberries on pizza.
It is, and it's awful, by the way, guys. It's fucking gross. Don't eat the strawberry pizza, unless Joshua has something positive to say about that one. Because
no, I was just about to say this is coming from somebody who is an exotic food eater over here. This he really does experiment. So if he says that shit sucks, I mean, I guess it does suck.
It sucks, bro. It sucks. Just eat a strawberry shortcake. Now that's where it's at right there. Strawberry shortcake. Don't eat the pizza version of strawberry pizza. Just don't. It's just not good. So,
all right, that was a good one.
All right, move on.
Where are we going with this? We're going freaking
the 20th
of
the green, baby.
Sean?
20th of the green. Joshua, you said earlier that you had an idea of what this was. What is it? What do you think it is?
Well, April's coming.
Okay.
Are we talking about 420? The 20th of green? Nope, we're not talking about.
We are not.
Cool. Okay.
No, we're actually going to be skipping past April because I want to get ahead of this right now.
Okay. All right. So I don't know what the 20th of green is then.
So Joshua, this is about the movie Shrek 2.
Oh,
Shrek
shit.
2
I was way off.
is coming out.
Close.
Sorry, the 20th anniversary of Shrek 2 is coming out in May. I believe it's May 18th. And yes, I'm very far ahead on this, but I wanted to talk about it now because I need your opinion going forward onto this, or else nothing coming up in the following weeks will make any sense. Okay. So, Joshua, I need to know: are you Team Donkey or are you Team Boots?
Geez, that is a tough one.
Actually, hang on. Let me preference it while you think about that.
Okay.
Have you even seen the Shrek movies?
I've seen all of them.
Okay. All right. We got to clarify for the listeners and for the viewers. He has seen every one of them.
Yeah, I've seen all of them. And
now my first question stands.
Yeah, they pop up on my feed. I actually like those movies. So am I Team Donkey or am I Team Boots? I have to go with Donkey because I'm just relatable. I'm an ass. So I can relate to that.
Okay, all right. See, I'm actually Boots in the situation. I'm more of like a little bit of a loner, a little bit of a Zorro type. My fatigue will not tell you that, but I am up there. I can get down, right? I feel like Donkey is too comedic for me. I'm not that much of a comedian. But I'm right there. I'm more of a puss than I am a donkey.
So. I don't know, Sean. The last time I saw you swinging a sword around, it was in a urinal. And you weren't moving that. You weren't
that was different because it was your sword. It was not mine.
You weren't moving too swiftly with that one. But Team Boots, huh? You're going with Do you even own
Boots.
A pair of boots?
I'm going Team Boots. Yeah.
Do you even own a hat? Do you own any of what he wears?
I'm wearing a hat right now. Listen, I got some connections. Maybe eventually for this, before May, when the anniversary is actually happening, I'll find myself a cool hat. You'll see. We'll bring it on here. Right. I'll write it off in the tax refund or something. That's how that works, right?
I think so. Yeah, just write everything off. even the parking ticket you got when you parked in the freaking handicap spot.
Don't
that shit
judge
off too,
me
right?
For that. It's all right. But I wanted to know Team Boots or Team Donkey.
No, Team Donkey.
But Joshua, what is your favorite Shrek movie? There have been 4 of them. I think they're working on 5, if I'm correct. So, what is your favorite Shrek movie?
I'm kind of original, man. I like 1. I think 1 is I can always watch 1. It's like Toy Story. It's the same kind of shit for me. Once you start getting into the 2s, the 3s, the 4, it's like, come on, man. It's just I'm just original like that. Yeah.
So are you saying that you have Shrek fatigue?
No, not Shrek fatigue. I kind of get burned out when they try to remake the same story but introduce more characters to kind of keep the story going.
Got it.
Like it's just the story is Shrek, but then you got to add in another character and then another character and another character. It's like you got enough ingredients in the fucking recipe, and now you're washing it out. You're washing the story out.
Gotcha. All right, I'm with you. Like my favorite movie is Shrek 1 as well. Like it's just, the first time I saw that movie, I was a wee little lad, and it just brought joys and happiness to my body in a way I cannot describe. So it was fun.
I think there's a lot of people that can relate to Shrek too. I mean, the classic line, ogres are like onions. I mean, how many times has that line been used over the years? Yeah. We're like onions. I mean, I think everybody has used that line at some point.
Everybody has layers. That's the whole purpose, right? Onions have layers, just like ogres. I use that line in my day-to-day. The people watching and listening know. So,
yeah, we all got layers, man. It's very relatable for sure.
Yeah, man, for sure. All right, let's move on. Hey, happy anniversary, Shrek. Congratulations on 20 fucking years. We'll watch you in Shrek 15 when Joshua and I are like 87 years old in the theater holding hands together.
I'll be watching it. Yeah, I'll be watching that shit. All right.
What do you got?
So for the final one, I got to bring this up because if you're watching on YouTube, I got this flock. I got a lot of hair going on right now, and I've never felt this much hair on my neck. I've never felt this much hair on my neck. But I got to ask, is there a haircut out there that you find offensive? Or has there ever been offensive haircuts that you know of?
So when you said that, the first thing that came to mind are the like frosted tips. So have you ever seen the frosted tips?
Yeah, I think
so. It's like they spike the hair up, and then the tips of the spiked hair is like bleached out. Like the frosted tips, right? That is the one thing I find offensive because I'm like, the amount of time that it took to get those frosted tips, and the person that you are, just makes me want to like strike some fists, you know? Like it just hurts me on the inside. That and the Karen cut, the Karen haircut, the little slice down the side there, like. I find it more offensive, not for the haircut, but because I know a Karen who's amazing and not a fucking Karen. And that haircut is synonymous with the name, which makes the name like feel bad to have, you know? And so that haircut makes it offensive to me because it like just represents a bad name, even though people with that name, fucking, I'll say 75% of them aren't that bad of people. So there's that. Yeah, those are the two I find the most offensive.
Are mullet offensive?
Mullet? I don't find mullets offensive, to be honest with you.
I know, either do I.
Think business in the front, party in the back is like honestly where it's at.
Because I was going to bring up the list, but I'm kind of over that.
There's a fucking list.
There's a list. There's actually a list of offensive haircuts. But the one that didn't make that list, and I kind of thought, you know, I was like, man, this one didn't make it because I don't think it was as popular. But do you remember the infamous Edgar cut?
Oh, the Edgar. Bro, I still see people rocking the Edgar all the time, my dude. Like, is it offensive? No. But did it create a subgenre in the Hispanic community? Yeah, it did. It definitely did.
I kind of it was interesting how they came after that haircut so hard. They were like banning kids from school if they got that haircut. They
were banning kids?
Yeah, kids. Yeah, they were like not letting kids go to school if they got that haircut.
Hang on a minute. Where? I want to know where.
I think it was down.
I need you to fact check this shit.
I think it was down in LA. I think because certain groups were, you know, like if you had that haircut, you were a part of a certain group, so it was almost like related to, you know, violence or whatever. It was like a certain, you know, just it had meaning behind it. So I think that the Edgar haircut became very offensive for, you know, people and teachers and staff. I can't believe you don't remember that. I mean, I thought you were still.
I don't remember that. I've only seen people with the haircut, and I don't care. I mean, I don't mind it.
I don't care either. Didn't bother me none. I just thought it was interesting.
I did a quick Google search for Edgar haircut ban, and the first thing that came up is a Reddit post in the Texas subreddit that says popular haircut sparks outrage again across Texas.
There you go.
So there you go. Jesus.
Yeah. So it just all circles back to I need to get a fucking haircut. I just don't know what kind of haircut. Do I want the haircut that's going to offend people? You know, so I had to do my research on this shit. Or do I just want to just get the haircut that I want to get? You know what I mean? So,
well, what kind of haircut do you want to get? Do you want to
No,
get
we don't
frosted tips?
we don't.
Is that
No,
what you want?
we're not going frosted tips. I might
That's
just
kinda
cut it all
weird.
off. We're gonna see.
Really going? I mean, you wear a hat on this podcast, and nobody sees you outside of work. So,
This is true.
well, why not cut all your hair off? Like
That's what I
who's
normally
stopping
do.
you.
I normally just cut this shit all the way off. But
I am
we'll
more
see.
for you. So when we went to Vegas,
Mhm.
I saw Joshua for the first time in person in almost a year, and his hair was phenomenal. This man has Fabio style hair
Fabio style. Thank you.
with being like length and like softness. Like I'm a connoisseur of the soft hair, and Joshua has pretty soft hair. But I will say, Joshua, your scalp and your head is more suited for a mullet. Business in the front, party in the back, baby. I think you should do the mullet. You got to try it. You're already kind
Rock
of
the
doing it
mullet.
now because he's got the slick back hair and it's going like it looks like a mullet if you were asking the question. But I would say just do the mullet. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. Look at that. Look at that long ass hair back there. Shit,
I know.
dog.
I know.
Shit.
I think what we're going to try, as me and my girlfriend were talking about this, is I'm going to let her cut it first
Ugh,
and
good
see
luck.
how well I mean, it's just fun. I mean, why not? She fucks it up. Guess what? It's going to grow back, you know? So,
Will it? I hope it does.
I hope so. Shit. Really fucking hope so. Yeah.
All right,
That's
man.
it, buddy.
Hey, let's start to
That's
land
it.
this plane.
Yeah,
Like, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. We do appreciate that shit. It is an earlier episode than we're used to, which is kind of fucking like kind of weird because we're doing a lot of late night pods. So
Yeah, it's been
like the
working out
fact
that
that it's not late, like that's kind of weird. But let's get on into it, buddy. Let's do some fun finds. Let's do some fortunes. Did you find Madame Ophelia, whatever, Odelia, whatever her name
I
is?
did.
Like,
I
okay,
did.
Good,
I
good. I'm
dug
glad.
it up through the bag. So I'm going to hit you with the fortune today from our Vegas trip. And I'm going to do it a little bit different because I don't think Sean quite highlighted how cool these fortunes were. So I'm going to show you.
Excuse me. Oh God! All right, for the listeners, he fucking scanned. He scanned.
I didn't
this-
scan it.
What did you?
Right.
Oh, is this a? Okay. Sorry. There's another camera angle here that Joshua has with the actual fortune or poem from there, so you can see now if you're watching. For those of you
Yeah,
listening,
yeah.
Joshua will now read the.
So that's the front.
name and
That's the front part of it.
poem.
That's the ticket. Well, Sean, you showed yours off, and so I thought I would highlight it a little bit better. You know, put it up on screen like.
Oh, you mean one up me? Hey Sean, let me one up you with my camera angle here. I hope
That's
you enjoy
not a
that,
camera
you
angle,
small
actually.
dick
It's just
bitch.
a pop up. It's just a pop up, man.
a pop-up.
It's a button.
Yeah, bullshit.
Look, it's another button. It's another button. See, it's a button. All I'm doing is pressing a button. See, on, off, on, off, on, off. That's all that is.
Oh, I love this
Just
man.
a fucking button. All right, so that's the front of it, which I think was pretty cool. And so the back side of it looks like this, which is pretty fucking cool.
Oh, all right. Did you cover the numbers and
Don't worry about what I'm doing.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't
Just
worry
go-
about
yeah,
what I'm
go,
doing.
Go for it.
All right.
You control the stage now, sir.
I'm going to try to read this shit. Oh, man, it's so freaking small.
It's so fucking small.
Jesus Christ. I should
I
have
don't know
read
how
this
I don't
thing.
know how well we can describe how small the text is on this thing. It's
Yeah.
like if you took a raffle ticket. It's a raffle ticket size, and you printed out a poem on there, and you're trying to read that off. It's so incredibly small. So
And I even tried
Joshua?
to blow it up on screen, even, yeah, to make it bigger for me to read. Okay, so here is your fortune, or Ophelia's fortune for us when we were in Vegas. Here we go. It says, listen carefully. It is better to keep your mouth shut and be thoughtful, a fool, than to open it and remove all doubt. And also, my friend, it's wise to be taken. Oh shit, it's so small. To be taking good advice when you hear it. No. So there you go. It sounds really fucked up.
Joshua, wait, leave it up. I will read it because I can
Okay.
see it pretty damn
Okay.
clearly right now.
Yeah, I can't see it. It's like.
So
way
let
up
me
there and
repeat
small.
what Joshua was trying to say. Here we go. Otelia, the great gypsy, at your service. Listen carefully. It is better to keep your mouth shut and be thought a fool than to open it and remove all doubt. Also, my friend, it is wise to be taking good advice when you hear it. No, return Otelia and I will return to Otelia, and I will give you more words of wisdom. There we go, buddy. That makes more sense, right?
Great job.
It wasn't like the fifth or seventh take that it took
Yeah.
for either one of us to do that. Don't worry about it.
Exactly. Jesus. Well, there you go. So that is your fortune for this episode. And along with the fortune, you also get lucky numbers. And guess what, Sean? The lucky numbers are right there. Would you like to would you like to read the lucky numbers?
I think I can read numbers. I would God well hope I can. So here they are. Here are your lucky numbers for the week, everybody. Feel free to use them for whatever nefarious reasons you would like. They are as followed. Joshua has covered the lucky numbers up. You son of a biscuit. They are 26, 2, 31, 10, 43, and 5. Once again, your lucky numbers for the week are 26, 2, 31, 10, 43, and 5. Joshua covered them up as I was reading them, just to put that out there. That's why there was that weird pause. Don't judge me. Joshua, this shit's falling off the rails here. Let's get to our fun finds, my dude, and let's get out of here.
All right. So my fun find, it's getting rough. Josh got to go to bed. All right. So over the weekend, or whatever it was, last couple of days, what dropped on SNL's the 50th anniversary, or what dropped on Amazon is SNL's 50th anniversary. Yeah. So me and my girlfriend, we watched it, but we watched the concert version of it. It wasn't because I guess the episodes or whatever hadn't dropped yet, but they did a full-on concert with a bunch of bands and a bunch of people just playing music. It was freaking awesome. So if you love music, you like other people playing music, it was really, really good. So in honor of that, I got myself Lunch Lady. It's Chris Farley as Lunch Lady in honor of the great Chris Farley.
What the heck? That is awesome.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I haven't been to my Funko store recently, but that is a fucking amazing Funko, dude.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Chris Farley, man.
So it doesn't have any value yet, which is okay. But I found
that's
this
a brand new one.
That's
literally, they just came out with those ones. So dude, that's a good find.
There you go. But that was freaking pretty awesome. And if you haven't seen it, it's on Amazon Prime. Go check the concert out. It is a must watch. It's really, really freaking cool.
Yeah,
that's what I got.
Oh man, that's so fucking good, dude. Let me go through my fun finds for the week. Joshua, here are my fun finds for the week. So here you go. This is a beautiful, what do they call them? Funko Bitty Funkos, Bitty Pops, that's the word. This is SpongeBob SquarePants in his little pineapple under the sea here. Wonderful. I fucking love these things, dude. Like, they're space saving. I don't have this big old Funko box anywhere near me.
You got a shit
but they're also
yeah,
exactly. I'm running out of space here, and these are the Funkos that I'm limited to now, thanks to the old lady. So enjoy them while they last. But there you go. Alongside that is the artwork for the week, which again is brought to you by Erica Ray Haynes. And you can check her out on the Instagram. What is her Instagram? It is at Erica B. Haynes. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Heins. Haynes? Pretty sure. Anyways, it's a beautiful little octopus with a little black cat carving a little jack-o'-lantern here. It's beautiful. I really like it. So, but there you go, buddy. That's your fun find and art.
It's a nice piece of art. That's a nice piece of art you got there.
Gotta love art, man. Gotta love that shit, man. It's wonderful. So, with that being said, Joshua, we've come to the end of the episode once again.
Yes.
Would you like to let the people know how you're feeling? Or what they want to do for the rest of the week? I mean, you're the sober one on this episode. You tell me. Give them your final monologue, just like SNL on their 50th anniversary.
Gosh.
Make this shit count. Every episode is a chance to redeem yourself, Joshua. Let the people know. What do you got?
So I did not want to do this at the beginning because it's kind of a sad story, but it has a great happy ending. So I waited all the way to the end of this to tell it. So I'll make it quick. For everybody out there that has kids, I guess I started that wrong.
Okay, all right. Where are we going here?
Yeah, we can cut that out. So, over the last couple of days, me and my girlfriend, we went out to a pizza joint, right? And while we were there, we noticed two parents scrambling frantically with a child in their arms. What had happened while we were there at this pizza place is the child started to choke.
Ooh.
This child was turning purple. This child could not breathe. And the two parents that were there had no idea what to do. So instead of like doing something, like, I don't know what else they could have done, they started to yell, "She's gone, she's dead." In the whole pizza place. Again, this is a sad story, so I'm waiting until the end of it. The end of the podcast here. So they're running around. People are crying. People are screaming. We're sitting there. There's like 10, 15 people calling 911. They're yelling, "She's dead." So up jumps this hero, this guy out of nowhere, runs over, grabs the baby, flips the baby upside down, starts pounding on its back. Out comes the food. The baby starts to breathe. And it was the most shocking, scariest thing I've seen in a very, very, very long time. So I guess if there's anything I could say about that, if you have children, for the love of God, learn how to take care of your child if it starts to choke. Because to watch these two parents freak out and not know what to do as their kid is turning purple, and somebody had to run over and save your child's life because you didn't know what to do, was extremely scary for me to watch. It was extremely scary for me to see. So, if you made it this far in the episode, sorry to take it dark and away from the fun and happy stuff we do, but it was very traumatic. So if you got loved ones, you got kids, you got nieces and nephews, babies in your family, learn what to do if somebody starts to choke. Because we nearly saw a kid die the other day, and it was very tragic. My girlfriend teared up. It was very, very, it was very traumatic to me. Just I don't know how to end that, but it was pretty tough to watch. Sorry to take it dark, man, but Jesus Christ, sorry,
you probably could have put that in the beginning, and we would have been fine.
It was tough.
Listen, Joshua wanted you to be traumatized for the end of the episode. I do not. So with that being said, hey, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. If we lost you as a subscriber, I completely understand. Do not fear.
Hope you learned something. Yeah.
Well, what we learned is that fucking care for your kids.
Yeah, man.
Simple.
It's super important.
They make classes for that. Real easy. Real easy. Buddy, this is all the time we have. And just like that child, I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So let's hold hands and walk on into it. Listen, guys, we'll see you next week. Thank you so much for listening and watching. We love you. Peace.